All right, guys, what's going on? We're back again with another live stream this morning. Just woke up, just grabbed a cup of coffee. Guys, we're going to be going over what we saw overnight. Last night I did a stream, and I was really tired, and I had to go to bed, so I had to end it, guys. We couldn't actually watch the price hit my temporary support target. If you've been watching the past few streams, I mentioned dozens of times that 4,200 would be a more probable support level for temporary support than 4,800. And last night we saw that actually happen, guys. We actually saw the price do that. So I'm just going to let people come in here on the stream. I'm going to wait a second, guys. Just going to let people join in. So that's what the title of the stream is. $4,200 temporary support target hit. What's next? So again, guys, if you remember from my live streams, I even said this a couple months ago that if we fall below 5,800, based on the volume profile tool, 4,200 is the most likely support level to have temporary support. Now, long-term support, of course, I'm looking for 2,500. Based on my own experience of being a market analyst, this, guys, it's good accumulation. It'll definitely create some temporary upward movement, maybe some sideways trading, right? But it doesn't tell me that this is a long-term bottom. This is not a long-term bottom, in my opinion, guys, okay? This is not, in my opinion, this is not what a long-term bottom looks like. Yes, there is some good volume here, guys, right? But it doesn't tell me, okay, this is it, Bitcoin's going up forever now, right? That's not what this tells me. This is just temporary, guys. If you remember in dozens of my live streams, I mentioned dozens of times, in my live streams, that $4,200 is our most likely temporary support target or support level. And then we, on some exchanges we hit it. Some exchanges we were a little bit above it. But if you're looking at Bitstamp, we bounced right off of the $4,200 level. So guys, I'm going to let a little bit more people join in before I continue. Let me go through chat real quick. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? See some familiar faces. So any of my patrons watching right now, I haven't given out any alerts yet because I'm waiting for us to fall below the 4,200 level, right? Once that happens, you guys are going to start getting alerts on what I'm doing and what I think, the best strategy approaching this is. But right now, guys, I still think 4,200 is not the low point that we're looking for. This is not a long-term bottom, in my opinion. The volume, look, guys, if this was a long-term bottom, the volume would look a little different than this, right? The sellers wouldn't be outweighing the buyers, right? The sellers are outweighing the buyers here, guys. Just look at your volume. Chris Rock is saying Tether printed another 100 million. Probably, I don't know. That's ridiculous. What's going on, guys? I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for people to get in before I get started here. Obviously, we did snap out of this downward sloping price channel, right? We had a little bit of a break below it here and a little bit of a break above it here. And now, of course, we're getting, a little bit of resistance off of this previous support here. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, wait for people to come in. Guys, ask some questions right now if you have any before we get started. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we're going to go over everything that's going on here, guys. So I'm going to wait another minute, guys, so just hang in there, wait for more people to join. And in the meantime, smash the likes, guys. Smash the likes. Is the sound okay? Is the quality okay? Let's get that out of the way first. Is everything okay with the sound, the quality? This isn't my usual setup, so the microphone is kind of crappy because my computer got hacked during the live stream, one of the last live streams, and it got somebody dropped a virus on it, so I have to use my PC now. That's why the mic is kind of crappy, but it is. I mean, it works. It is what it is, right? So I got one from There Is Music. What's up, man? He says okay. Andrew W says all good from the UK. Sounds good to me. Cool, cool. Screen dark. Yeah. How do I think I can actually fix that. Let me see. Let me. Is it this that's dark? It's probably the chart that's dark, right? I think all I have to do. Just give me a second, guys. Hold on. We're going to get started here in just a second. Let me just turn this brightness up. Does that help a little bit? Does that make it better or worse? I guess we'll find out in a second. Whoops. I might make it a little bit better. Just turn your brightness up on your screen. I don't know what to tell you. Guys, I don't like to have too much brightness on my eyes. I think it's bad for my eyes. But anyway, let's get started here. Okay, it's helped. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so obviously, guys, we've been watching this downward sloping price channel. We had some divergence under it, divergence above it, and we recently snapped out of it on some, a big volume spike. Although, the positive volume here does not outweigh the negative volume. Right now, the bears are still in control. Naturally, you're going to have some sort of shift to the upside after having such intense and relentless downside, guys, right? The downside has just been relentless. So having a little bit of upside here, as I mentioned in my stream, is not that out of the question, right? And as I mentioned in my streams, guys, dozens of times throughout all my past live streams, I mentioned that 4,800 is not a support level. 4,200, based on the volume profile tool from the past price performance, 4,200 is the more likely temporary support target. And that's what we bounced off of here on some exchanges. Some people, some exchanges, we dropped down to 4,400. But, and for all intents and purposes, guys, we basically bounced off of 4,200 last night, right? So that is the temporary support that I was looking for to see a bounce, right? At least this shows us that the market is at least somewhat alive, right? There are still people in here willing to, trade, willing to gamble, willing to risk a little bit. There is still a little bit, enough interest to get a market, the market to bounce. Currently, we're waiting to see if we can break previous support, which is now resistance, which is this area right here, which is basically 4,800. The price is pushing up against that. Of course, if we do break that, there are some other levels that we need to get through. Just generally, guys, we'll see how it plays out. The volume, though, if you're looking at the volume, guys, just based on my own experience as an analyst, the volume does not tell me that it's a long-term bottom, right? Again, the sellers are outweighing the buyers. Temporary upward movement, sure. Long-term bottom, no. So the $4,200 temporary support level that I set has been hit. We're moving up off that. We broke out of the price channel. A little bit of upward momentum right now. Are we going to be able to snap past some of these resistance levels? We'll find out very soon, guys. Is my current probably right? Do you think that'll actually help it? It might help it. Does that work? Is that better? So guys, I'm waiting for the price to fall below $4,200 before I even consider accumulating, right? I think that this is going to be a bull fake out. We're going to have a temporary support level here, but I truly believe that anyone buying here will be in the red. Again, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, it might take a month, it might take 5 months. I don't know what the timing is going to be like, but I think that if you're buying now, you're going to be in the red again, because that volume does not tell me this is long-term support, just based on my own experience, right? Like, you want to see like major follow-through volume, right? You don't want to just see huge spikes like, you know, shorts covering or something and then nothing, right? You want to see some major volume and major follow-through, increase in positive volume, consistent moves, guys, consistent pumps happening, right? You don't want to just see like a few orders come in and you know, push the price up. This is just manipulation at this point. And I mean, not really actually, but kind of. Yeah, Double D is saying, guys, I want to hear what you guys think. If you guys think Bitcoin hit the bottom, click 1. If you don't think it hit the bottom, click 2. But again, guys, $4,200 based on volume profile tool was the most likely temporary support level, and that's what we hit, guys. And I've been talking about, I even mentioned this on Twitter months ago. I said, guys, if we fall below 5,800, 4,200 is our most likely temporary support level before going to 2,500. So, of course, guys, if we could have some more upward movement, we could have some sideways trading. That's all possible. But I think eventually we're going to break down again. I don't see, like, I mean, look, guys, look at your volume. Does this really say long-term support, never going lower again? Not to me. Not to me, guys. Did Bitcoin hit bottom? Mostly 2s. Yeah, guys, I'm not talking about short term. I'm talking about long term. Do you think it's a long term bottom? Mostly 2s in the chat, guys. Hold on, guys. I need to blow my nose real quick. I've got a stuffy nose. Just give me like literally 10 seconds. All right. And we're back, guys. Let's see, you know, if we do get a resistance break here, we're going to see, you know, if, you know, how much volume actually comes in from that. How does the market react from that? You know, if this was really a long-term low, guys, we'd be pushing up way faster on a lot more volume. I mean, like, guys, look at this, right? Guys, you got to look at your volume. Look at this volume bar right here, right? We have a very similar amount. This did not act as a bottom. We fell below it. This most likely won't act as a bottom either, guys. 4,200 was just my most likely temporary support level, you know, based on volume profile, guys. I mentioned it dozens of times in the past few streams. I mentioned it on Twitter months ago that if we fell below 5,800, 4,200 would be temporary support. So again, guys, you know, a lot of you guys who are following already know this, but I'm looking for, I might have deleted the illustration, but of course, I'm just looking to follow a similar pattern here, right? Higher lows and break down. Higher lows, break down. Possibly an area of higher lows, just a little bit of sideways movement, and we break down again until we find a nice low, right? Just a similar pattern I think is going to take place here. But we'll see, guys. We'll find out soon. Our market's trying to get past resistance now. So let's see how much volume actually comes in here. But again, 4,200 could be, you know, support for a significant period of time. I just don't think it's long term. I think it's going to be, you know, it could be a couple days, a couple weeks, could be a month. But eventually, I think we're going to be falling below 4,200. So market's pushing through resistance here, guys. Going to the upside. Let's see if we can get a, you know, a volume spike of some kind to see if we can like secure a short-term bottom. Temporary support here. or, you know, we'll find out soon. But let me go through chat real quick. Double D says, poll results. Today is not the final bottom based on the poll results. Andrew W says, is dumb money being flushed out? Question mark. Well, the reality of the situation, Andrew, is that dumb money was flushed in through news, through hype, right? This was the dumb money that was pulled into the market. And I'm not trying to insult people that bought in. I'm just saying, this is the dumb money that was buying. This was the period for hype, for media manipulation, all that kind of stuff. This is the dumb money area. And now we're falling back to below to, of course, early adopt. You know, we're getting closer to, you know, the early adopter areas. You know, and you know, we're the smart money, even though it's all a gamble, but we're the smart money bought in, right? Just below the 2,500 mark. I think that if you bought above 2,500, I would consider you to be the general pop, the general population. Because this whole phase in here, guys, was just total media hype. And I think this is more of the general population having its way. And, of course, a lot of manipulation as well. Spoofing. Basically, you know, spoofing to get the general population to buy in to make it look like there was more demand than there really was. To create artificial demand, essentially, and get the price up that high. So let's see here, guys. We are pushing through resistance now. Let's see if volume can kick in. We'll see what happens here. Nicholas, bottom for Chainlink. I mean, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. It depends on what happens right now, how the market reacts to this area. So let's see if we can actually hold above this resistance, guys. So we have not, in my opinion, we have not gotten bullish confirmation yet. We bounced off of my temporary support target of 4,200, and now we're reaching up for the next. You know, we broke out of the channel, which yes, that's the first step. Well, now we're coming up on the next resistance, and we would have to come above this and actually hold, guys, hold on here and build up. And then you can start thinking that maybe it's getting bullish. But again, personally, the way that I'm approaching this personally is I would not buy Bitcoin. Let's just say Bitcoin doesn't go below 4,200 again, and we start going up. I wouldn't buy unless we broke past yearly support again. If we broke past 6,000 again and we were holding above it, then I would buy. Then I would start to think maybe I was wrong, right? But anywhere in here, it's just neutral ground, guys. I mean, not really neutral. I mean, we're below yearly support, so it's bearish territory. It's bear market territory. So as long as we're below, you know, yearly support, I would not even consider buying in again until, of course, we get below 4,200, which is, you know, that's, guys, once we get below 4,200, I'm going to start to consider, based on market conditions, I'm going to start to consider accumulating. But, of course, the closer we get to my target of 2,500, the more capital I'm going to put in the market. And, of course, everyone on Patreon is going to get those notifications on my alerts, or the alerts on my trades. Ellie Jenkins, thank you for the Patreon subscription. Appreciate it. I hope you find the value that you're looking for. Crypto Cali's in the house. What's up, guys? All right, so hold on. I'm probably missing some chat here. I mean, you would really think that the price would be pushing harder and there'd be a lot more volume. So there is a good, you know, there's a good accumulation. There's some buy orders coming in, but to me, guys, it does not say long-term support. I would have to see much higher amounts of volume here. Like, you would want to see like epic amounts of buy volume, and we're not getting that. Jonathan Baker says, I noticed that recently all the cryptocurrency subreddits are basically dead and a ghost town. Guys, it's just a big exit scam. Now, so John Baker thinks that because of that, we might actually hit the bottom. Well, no, guys. You have to understand that most of the cryptos, a lot of these, crappy shit coins, their subreddits are dead because the developers are gone. They don't care. They made their money. They left. So you can't really look at these shitcoin subreddits as a way to see if we bottomed, right? Because a lot of them are gone forever. I just went live, Karen. I'm not still on. That would be crazy if I was still on. So again, guys, volume's yes, volume's good. Temporary upward price action. I already said yesterday that was possible. I said that 4,200 was far more likely a bottom than 4,800, and that's where we bounced off of here on Bitstamp. We're breaking resistance now on not that much volume, though, guys. There's not that much volume pushing us up to this level. Yes, this price action makes for some great trades. Some people out there might be like, well, Kevin, you didn't tell us to buy. Why didn't you tell us to? Well, guys, I don't care about these short-term trades. I'm not interested. I don't care if the price goes from 4,200 back up to 5,800 and then gets rejected again and I miss out on this move. I don't care, guys. I don't care. That's not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for the macro plays. I'm looking for a long-term investment. I'm not looking to gamble and worry about trading every day. I want to comfortably average my way into the market at a price that I'm comfortable with, right? And ride the wave, ride the macro plays, guys. Epic amounts of volume, game name. So we're pushing up a little higher now. I used to trade stocks, and then a crypto was just far more profitable. Chris Rock says, "What's the best way to determine a shitcoin?" Well, that's actually a good question, but I mean, to each coin is its own, right? I mean, each coin you're gonna have a different case to be looking at, right? I mean, one great way to determine a shitcoin is that they keep making promises over and over, and they don't actually do anything. They just keep saying that they're doing this. They just keep saying things, and trying to keep people like in the loop. I mean, you can't go negative. That's not even possible. Not possible. Yes, I do think that ultimately this is a bull trap. Ultimately, this is a bull trap. Of course, guys, upward. I mean, like, this could make for some great trade, like a great trade or two. I'm not saying that it couldn't. Like I said in my live streams, guys, 4,200 is temporary support. So of course we hit 4,200, and now we're riding up. We broke through the price channel. We're riding up. I mean, this is, if you're trading this, congrats, you're making some money. Of course, anyone who is buying on the way down is still in the red. But let's see what happens here, guys. Market is still pushing up. I'm looking at the volume, guys. I would like to see a more consistent increase, but we're not really getting that. So let's see, like, previous resistance right here. I would say, I guess, right there. See if Bitfinex can cross previous resistance. Bitstamp seems to be doing a little better, but we'll see. Ventilus, sorry I have to watch this. Hope you streamed like yesterday. Smash the like. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, I didn't know if you were joking, but here. Andrew Mark thinks that it's a great buy at the moment. I would not agree with that, guys. The volume is just not there. I'm telling you. Like, I mean, I said, you know, in my streams the other day, I set this target $4,200 temporary support, and we're getting the biggest push we've seen off of the $4,200 level. Of course, if you're looking at other exchanges, it was 4,400. But I'm looking at Bitstamp right now, $4,200. We're getting a nice pushback. Not enough volume for a long-term bottom, guys. I'm telling you, this is not what a long-term bottom looks like. Okay. It's not. In my opinion, we have like a 75% chance or more to fall back below 4,200 and continue downward. Bitfinex getting a little bit of rejection as it's approaching the resistance. No, nothing is worth the buy right now, says Crypto Cali. I agree. I mean, guys, I can't, like, somebody's asking, is Litecoin worth the buy? Well, that's the same question as asking if Bitcoin is, because they're going to move together. Doing an analysis, you know, there's a lot of crypto YouTubers that'll be like, analysis on this coin, like anything other than Bitcoin, and they're acting like the TA is different than Bitcoin's, and it's not. It's not. It's the same, pretty much the same. Other than other than XRP now, of course, but I mean, even XRP is still being affected by Bitcoin. But like, guys, a lot of people like to do analysis, like, oh, let me do an analysis on Litecoin. A lot of YouTubers like to act like they can do that, but you can't, because it's all about Bitcoin. It's all about what Bitcoin's doing, right? If you watch a YouTuber that says, here's my Litecoin analysis or here's my Ethereum analysis, like, yeah, sometimes they make good points, right? But essentially, they don't know what they're doing because it's all about Bitcoin. Like, anyone who does an analysis on anything other than Bitcoin, like, I mean, there are a couple things, like example XRP, but somebody who acts like a Litecoin analysis or Ethereum analysis is vastly different from a Bitcoin analysis. They don't know what they're doing, guys. It's all about what Bitcoin's doing. So again, market pushed through this resistance point, previous support. We're going to see if it acts as support, if the support can actually hold. Again, guys, for those joining the stream now, in my past few live streams, even a couple months ago on Twitter, I said that if we drop below the yearly support, 4,200 is the next major support level. And we're going to bounce off that temporarily, and that's what we're seeing right now, a temporary bounce off of 4,200. And I don't think I think if you're buying now, yeah, maybe you'll make a good trade. Maybe you'll make some money, but that's not what I'm interested in, guys. I'm not interested in making a gambling trade, right? I'm interested in looking for the long-term bottom, the long-term support, and accumulating at prices that I'm comfortable with. The fact that we broke below yearly support, guys, and we just started this downward move, that tells me that the downward pressure has just begun. Okay, guys? It's not a lot of people are wondering, like, a lot of people are, you know, the bear market started like a couple days ago, and people are like already saying that it's over, and it's like, no, it's not, guys. It's not. Like, bear markets don't last 2 days. Okay, it's gonna be a while, and if you're a crypto veteran, you know this. You know that it's gonna be a while. And again, guys, I would tell you if I thought it was a good time to buy. I want to be right. I want to be the guy on YouTube that's like, and everyone's like, oh, he was right, right? I want to be that guy. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna tell you if I think it's time to buy, because I want to be right. That's why I'm here. I want to be right about my predictions. I like making predictions. I have fun doing it, right? So I want to be right, guys. And if I will tell you if I think the market's turning around. Murat Ottman is saying, I know I'm missing some chat, guys. Hold on. He's saying, how did you figure out 4,200 would be the next support? I mean, it might fall below it, but it was the most significant support zone so far. If you go on if you have TradingView, you can go to the volume profile tool. It's called volume profile. Turn the volume profile on, go to the daily, go to the weekly, and you'll see horizontally where the volume is sitting on the chart. And it shows that, Under the yearly support of 5,800, 6,000, 4,200 had the most. And then below 4,200, 2,500 had a lot more. So I'm looking for $2,500 bottom. This is just a temporary support target that I've been looking for, that I've been calling for, that I even let you guys know on my past live streams. So let me see here, guys. Let's see. I mean, guys, this drop is happening much faster than even I expected. I didn't think it was going to be this fast, but it is what it is. So we're getting rejected off the resistance there. Peckman, thank you, man. Yeah, I gained a decent amount of subs from that. From guys, that one stream I did, the bear market in full force. That stream was like my top stream / video, like best performing video of all time. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Smash the likes, guys. James, I don't know. It's kind of fishy. XRP seems to be getting propped up by the bankers, but I'm not too sure. You know, nobody really knows what the market's going to do. I'm just taking my best possible guess. Guys, I don't think, guys, look at the volume. Check out your volume, guys. Does that really say that 42, 43, you know, on Bitstamp it was 4,200. Does this volume really say to you this is long-term support and we're never going lower? Absolutely not, guys. This is not good enough volume. This is not good enough support. We are going lower. I think there's like an 80+% chance that we're going to fall below, you know, the previous $4,200 level here. There's like, guys, there's really, you have to get familiar, guys. If you want to make good predictions, you have to get familiar with how to read volume and how to know what is good volume, what does like long-term volume look like, what does trading volume look like as opposed to like long-term buying. Like, what does it look like, you know, in the market? These are the things that you have to get familiar with, and that's only really, you can only really learn that by just doing it, by just having experience, right? It's all about just, I mean, guys, I see like a lot of people ask like, how did you learn this? How did you learn that? Guys, my eyes have been glued on the chart. You know, in 2015, this is when I learned about Bitcoin. My older brother introduced me to Bitcoin, right? And this is where we got in. Bought a little bit of Bitcoin here, profited, right? But ever since like I guess we came up to like 2,500 or so, actually. Or no, actually no, that's wrong. Ever since we crossed over $1,000. My eyes have been glued onto this chart on a daily basis, guys. So it's all about just putting the time in and learning what things look like. If we're hitting a true bottom, what does that really look like? Well, there's a lot more volume that should be there that's not here. This is just not, it just doesn't tell me long-term bottom, guys. I'm telling you. Scott Sullivan is here. Major Sports Moments says, thank you. Of course, guys. I have not looked at Factum recently. Subscribed after seeing your video about Dated Edge being wrong. That's funny. I've never heard of CoinDelta. Kevin, how did you learn your approach to the markets? Yeah, guys, like I was just saying, it's all about just putting the time in. Just if you really want to learn, if you really want to be good at it, guys, you have to sacrifice a lot of time. You have to sacrifice a lot of time to just looking at the charts and trying to learn like what is going on. Yeah, I do. I mean, I do use fib levels. Yeah, not that often. I mean, guys, one thing that I do with the fib levels is I just use it to look at the percentage spread, right? So like, or actually, I guess I gotta go to Bitstamp here. Wait a minute. So okay, no, I've done this on Bitfinex. So okay, the low here is what? About $100. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Is this how I did it? I think it was like this. right? So we're going from the swing high to, I just made it the low of $100, and you know the price drops just below the 23% mark. And if we're gonna have a similar drop now, we would drop just below the 23% mark, which is actually, I didn't even do that right. So if you guys, if you go to the video called the case for a $2,500 Bitcoin on my channel, I do this, and you can see me do it correctly because I did not do it correctly. So I think, what was it again? I think it was like, so it was something like this. So yeah, okay, that's right. I did do it right. What am I talking about? No, I did do it correctly. I thought I didn't, but I did do it correctly. So if you're looking at the percentage spread from this low here, the price dropped just below the 23% fib retracement, right? This is where we found the low, just below the 23% fib retracement. So if you do it up here as well, from this swing high to this swing low, and you move it, I know there's a lot of lines on the chart, but the price spread is actually somewhat similar as to, you know, just below the 23% mark, guys. Look, see this? Just below the 23% mark is where we found the bottom, kind of in between 23% and 0. If you look here, guys, just below the 23% mark, in between 23% and 0, is 2,500. So the only reason, this is kind of a bad example, but the only reason I would be using fib is to just look at price spreads from the percentage perspective. It is very useful for that, right? Kevin, this person says, Kevin, do you have more or less than 10 Bitcoin? Guys, I don't own any Bitcoin right now. If I'm expecting lower prices, why would I own Bitcoin? I would just be volunteering to lose money. Yeah, it looks like, guys, we're coming back below now, actually. So we hit 4,200, and we got the biggest move we've gotten yet off of this downtrend. So it's, you know, acting as a bit of temporary support. If we're looking at like some sort of support level here, of course, the price can return somewhere here. You know, now that we've broken out of this price channel, most likely we'll form some sort of other type, you know, another type of pattern of some kind. I don't know what just yet, guys. I can't make that prediction exactly, but now that we broke out of this price channel, the price will probably form something else, and it could just be a lot of sideways trading. Maybe, you know, maybe there's like a small reverse head and shoulders that gets found like this, right? This is another possibility, right? And then we have like a short-term move back up. That's always possible, guys. I'm not saying it's not possible. Again, I'm expecting 4,200 to be a temporary support level. So short-term moves up, that would not surprise me at all. But long-term, guys, I don't think 4,200 is the support. I don't think, like, if you're an experienced trader and you're looking at this, you know that bottoms don't get formed like that, right? Long-term bottoms don't get formed in a day. A lot of people in the crypto community are very, you know, they're like my age, they're like millennials or younger or a little older, and they're very impatient, and they think that they have to like snipe the price and like just like buy in at this price and, oh, we're gonna moon now. Like, guys, no. But when you're looking for a bottom to form, it usually takes some time. So be patient, guys. You got to be patient. And I wouldn't be sitting here like on edge, like, oh, I'm going to miss out. I'm going to miss out. You're probably not going to miss out, guys. I don't think, guys, if the market formed a bottom right now and went up, it would not be a very strong bottom. That would be very strange. Like I'm telling you, guys, be patient, right? Don't approach the market with a bunch of anxiety and FOMO. You know what I mean? You got to be patient. Bottoms will form over time. They're not going to form in a day and all of a sudden we're back up, guys. There we go. It's like no. You got to be patient, guys. Yeah, I agree with Lightoshi. You should never ask someone how many Bitcoin they have. That's like, that goes against the whole philosophy. Yeah, guys, be patient, man. Be patient. Not nearly enough volume, guys. Look at the volume. Yes, there is good accumulation, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of upward move here. But it's not a long-term bottom. I'm so certain to say that. I'm very confident to say to you guys right now on live stream that this is not a long-term bottom. What's up, Sad Millhouse? What's going on, dude? Yeah, I'm in the U.S. Yeah, guys, yeah, exactly. You need good structure, guys. This is not a long-term bottom. This is just, guys, you know, in my past few live streams, I just set, you know, a potential, you know, short-term bottom of 4,200, and now we're bouncing off of this, you know, temporary short-term bottom. It's not going to be long-term bottom. I think we are going to be breaking lower, guys. Dive in. 432 says is asking, do you think it's possible to go to 2,500 or 1,200 by a quick flash crash with no time to see it? I mean, yeah, it's possible, but guys, if that happened, if there was a flash crash, guys, the market wouldn't be satisfied. So we would flash crash, the price would come back up, and then we would fall like with it again, right? We would see a dip, it would come back up immediately, and then the market would be like, what the hell? And we would sell off, right? There would never, guys, there would never be a scenario where we have a flash crash to 2,500 and then just moon forever, right? All right. It's like, I'm not saying this to you, Dive. I'm just saying in general. By the way, I've seen you in here so many times. I'm going to give you a moderator. Sad Millhouse as well. So, guys, a flash crash would end in a sell-off. A flash crash wouldn't end in us just mooning, right? That's such wishful thinking. I know a lot of people think that, but it's like, guys, if the price does flash crash, we're gonna come back up right away because the bots are gonna want to sell, and then the market's gonna be really unsure of what just happened, and we're gonna sell off. A flash crash would result in more selling, not a bull run. So, guys, based on where we are now, what 4,600, what we're $2,000 away, or $2,100 away from my buy target of $2,100 or $2,500. We're 2,000 away from my buy target, guys. Pretty crazy, right? It happened fast. It happened fast. Yeah, guys, I gotta be back. Whenever something's happening. No, I already saw your message. Like, after a late night of streaming, you're already back. Yeah, guys. I mean, if the market's doing something, I feel like I gotta try. You know, a lot of people who come to my channel, you know, are people that were, you know, victims of getting manipulated into buying shit coins and stuff, and a lot of people got wrecked. So I feel the need to like teach you guys, like, show you guys what is going through my mind when I'm looking at this, because it will help you guys become better at trading and analyzing markets in general. I'm back. Yep, I'm back. Historically, we've been below the RSI. We've always rebounded. I don't think we're rebounding, but I think we could go lower in the medium term. Yeah, guys, RSI doesn't really influence my opinion too much. It doesn't really mean too much to me. As I said in yesterday's live stream, guys, if I pull up the RSI here, I guess I'll go to the daily. Can I even go back this far? Will it let me? I'll just do 3-day. Guys, the RSI on the way up, right? During the bull market, the RSI was overextended to the upside the entire time. Completely overextended, right? So why isn't it possible on the downside? Why can't we be overextended to the downside continuously and go down continuously? If it's possible on the upside, it's possible on the downside. So just because the RSI is you're going into oversold territory doesn't necessarily mean that we can't sell off. We were in overbought territory consistently during the bull run. Now we're in oversold territory. Does not mean that we can't go down. Sometimes the herd is correct, guys. Yeah, eventually it'll swing the other way, like right now. Like right now, we had a little, guys. This is like so after I ended the stream yesterday, I couldn't help but just watch the chart. I watched the charts for like another hour, and I was just literally sitting in this chair right here, just like half asleep, but I was watching it, and it was so relentless, guys. The selling was unbelievable. It was crazy. I was even baffled. I was like, wow. But we finally got a little bit of support, a little bit of relief for the bulls. Instead of just this continuous, relentless pressure down, 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 now we have a little bit of relief, right? But in my opinion, it's not a long-term bottom. 3 coins I would consider buying if the market were to bounce back. I mean, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, possibly Zcash. Chainlink. I'm probably forgetting a couple others, but there's not that many. Mostly Bitcoin, though. I'm not a big fan of Digibyte. I don't even know that much about it. So what is Ethereum at now? Ethereum's at 142, 143. Ripple is down 7.5%. Litecoin's at 35. So let's check out CoinMarketCap now. Well, where did the market cap go down to last night? I didn't even check. We were at 140 billion last night. Damn. Yeah, it's not much to say right now. I can just give you guys a recap. I mean, a lot of people were looking for $4,800 as a bottom, as a long-term bottom. On my last live streams, even months ago on Twitter, guys, I was saying 4,200. If we get below yearly support, we got to be looking for 4,200 as a temporary support level. And we've got here, guys. We do have a temporary support. But we're getting less positive volume than I expected. I thought we would see more positive volume here. We're actually getting less than I thought. So this temporary support might not last as long as I once expected. I was thinking that maybe we hit 4,200 and we have a little bit of sideways movement, right? But we'll see, guys. I'm not too sure anymore because the selling is just very relentless right now. Jeremy Brown's asking, what is your long-term prediction, guys? I can only make my bottom price target prediction or buy target prediction, and then from there, guys, I'll see what the market looks like. I'll see how the industry is developing. I can't make a long-term guess. That's too far ahead for me to make. Let me remove some of these lines so it's a little less confusing here. Whoops. I guess we'd be getting rejected like... So... Historically, hold on, let me see. I mean, yeah, guys, it's kind of obvious. Like if you look, it was kind of easy to predict that 4,800 wouldn't have been support, because 4,800, you're looking at a top resistance point, right? That's not where the support came in, right? Support was coming in during these moves here. We fell down, support came in again. This is where the majority of the volume is sitting, right? At the 4,200 level, not the $4,800 level. And that's why, I was mentioning 4,200 in my past streams as being far more likely temporary support. Now, again, it's temporary support, guys. Temporary. I don't think this is the bottom. If I did, I would tell you. But I don't think this is the bottom, guys. I mean, if this was the bottom, you would see way more buying. You would see the price really, volume would start kicking in. Price would be moving much faster. But we're not seeing that, so that tells me that there's not much confidence in the market. People aren't willing to take the risk right now, and most likely we're going to be going lower. We're going to be going lower, guys, eventually. Of course, the chance for sideways movement is here now. The chance for that type of movement is now here, of course. So we're getting rejected on the resistance point at this point now, but we'll see what the market tries to do. If we can, we'll see, guys. I've been trying to warn people all year long about this. I even said, when Bitcoin was still at like 6,500, I even said 4,200 next temporary support. We fell all the way down to 4,200. We're getting some temporary relief. We're actually getting less volume here than I thought. I thought we would be getting a lot more. Kyle Hoffman, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Have you ever thought about Bitcoin never recovering? I have thought about that, yes. I mean, guys, I've thought about the possibility that maybe like Bitcoin is going to have a much more drastic downturn in the long term and go down like below $1,000 and like ride that and then eventually make another pushback up. Like, I don't, guys, it's just a thought I've had, right? But it is possible that we have a, like, Bitcoin goes from $0 to $20 and then comes back like almost all the way back, right? And then it has another upcycle. Maybe never hits 20,000 again. Maybe goes from like $1,000 to 10,000. But still, there's a lot of money to be made in those moves, right? Guys, we don't know if Bitcoin is guaranteed to ever go past all-time highs again, right? But we can still minimize our risk and make good trades, right? That opportunity is still there. Jonathan Baker, what does your brother think bottom is? He doesn't even care about Bitcoin anymore. He doesn't care anymore. He has no opinion. Yeah, 6K, definitely. Monty says 6K hella resistance, and that's true, guys. I don't think that we're going to be able to get back above yearly support, right? I think yearly support's now going to be major, major resistance, which is, of course, this line right here. This is our yearly support. I don't think Bitcoin's ever going to get past that until we hit a nice bottom, right? We first have to hit a nice low. I think it's going to be 2,500 before being able to even come back and break this. Guys, I mean, Bitcoin's very momentum-based. When the momentum's going one way, it's really going one way, right? We had a massive momentum to the upside. We had a bit of a shift, so the momentum was more stagnant, and now we're kicking in. Momentum to the downside is now kicking in. So I think we got some more, guys. We got some more room to go down. We got more room to go down. Buying now, I think you're going to be in the red soon. I'm just looking at chat. Don't worry, guys. It's just a vape. Matthew Box says, that's why I followed you. You seem to be the only YouTuber that's talking sense and not just ad revenue. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, I did get monetized recently. So when you watch this as a playback, you're going to get some ads. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? Ivy, thank you as well. Appreciate that, guys. You guys should thank yourselves for finally, you know, realizing that some of these YouTubers are just BSing you, right? I mean, guys, not, you know, just because a YouTuber's wrong doesn't mean they're bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's like Superman is like the worst of all. The worst of all. He is such a clown, guys. If he put like a little, if Superman put like a little clown nose on, like a big red hair, it would fit perfectly with who he is. He is a clown, guys. Everything he says is just shill, shill, shill. Paid advertising, paid advertising. Kyle Hoffman, that I don't know. It is, guys, it's possible that Bitcoin goes to 100K at some point. That's possible, right? I have to see how the market looks, what the environment's like. Like, you know, we got to find a bottom first of some kind. We got to see how the industry is developing at that point, and then I can make an upward prediction. Right now, my focus is a downward prediction. You know, where's the bottom? That is what I'm focused on now. I got to see how things play out, right? Well, Michael Jones says, always remember structure is always retested. Not necessarily. If something becomes obsolete, why would the price go up, you know? I'm not saying that it's going to become obsolete. I'm just saying you guys have to consider all possibilities, right? You have to consider all possibilities. Here, I feel like my camera's a little dark. Hold on. Now I look a little less shady, right? There we go. Getting rejected off of this previous support. I mean, Murat, 2,500 is just a general, you know, just my most, you know, I'm not gonna say like 2,975. That's way too specific. I'm just saying 25. It could be a little bit under 2,500. It could be a little bit over 2,500, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be around there based on the volume profile. And of course, guys, in my past streams, you know, even before Bitcoin broke below 6K, I was saying the next major support below yearly support is 4,200, and we've seen the most divergence now from this point. So it is acting as temporary support. We'll see if we get some sideways trading. The market could go sideways from here and continue on this pattern where we have higher lows, we break down, higher lows, break down, possibly higher lows, break down, break down, break down until we find the bottom, right? We're just continuing on the pattern that we've, guys, it's just logic. I'm just using logic. We're most likely going to continue on the pattern that we've been on, right? Yeah, guys, I mean, yes, this person's saying, do you think Bitcoin could go above 5K in the short term? Yes, it's possible. I don't think it's going to go above yearly support until we find a bottom again, right? Jeremy Brown says, new to your channel, what are your thoughts on XRP? I mean, guys, XRP is created by bankers, and it's designed by bankers, and it's made by and for bankers, and it's made for banks, right? So XRP doesn't really hold up to my standards as a cryptocurrency that's made for the people, right? It's not really decentralized. The ownership is very centralized. You know, why are the creators now billionaires? Because they own a large supply of it. They have control. And the bankers, of course, right now, I think, are propping up the XRP price. It's a great marketing scheme to do so. Also, the thing about XRP, guys, I'm not saying that XRP can't do well. Of course it can do well, right? Of course it can do well. I'm just not a big fan of it. I think that it's not what I think. XRP is a fiat to fiat system, right? That's what the whole XRapid thing is about. It's made so that banks can go from fiat to fiat and use XRP in between. That's what XRP is designed for. It's a fiat crypto. That's what it's made for. I actually had XRP on leverage at like 3 cents, and I took profits way too early. I kind of wish I didn't sell that position, but it is what it is, right? Let me just go through chat real quick. Yes, definitely too early for alts, guys. We got to wait for Bitcoin to do something to find like a real bottom. I mean, yeah, I mean, right now people are making trades based on this bounce, but in my opinion, it's not a long-term bottom, guys. Will the halving 2020 have an effect on the price? Yeah, I mean, probably. You're right. The block rewards will most likely have an effect on the price, guys. It always has, so it most likely will, right? I think, guys, before 2020 we'll find a bottom, and most likely we'll push off a new trend after the halving or before, or even before it, right? In preparation of it. Yeah, I think hedge funds got out, guys. I mean, a lot of hedge funds are probably shorting it, actually. You know, the Winklevoss twins probably got paid off by Wall Street to sell some of their supply so that Wall Street could lock in some, nice short profits. Wall Street makes a bunch of money and then pushes the money back to the Winklevoss twins or whoever, Fundstrat, Tom Lee, all the BS talking heads that tell you that Bitcoin's going up, right? Guys, stop trusting these guys that are consistently wrong. You can't trust big money, guys. You can stop trusting big money. When you see a guy go on CNBC with a nice suit on, and he's from a big institution, he's telling you what he wants you to believe. He's not telling you what's true. He's actually strategizing to get you guys to do things. They're manipulating you, okay? So when you watch the news, you have to know that the news is wrong. I mean, they're lying. They're always lying, all right? You can't trust Tom Lee. You can't trust John McAfee. You don't trust big money, guys. Big money tells you what they want you to believe. Every tip, damn, yeah. It's tough, man. If you're new to trading in general and you're going into crypto, you're gonna probably get wrecked, right? Crypto is very heavy on technical analysis. So if you're trying to trade it, not having any experience, it's probably gonna end bad, you know. And that's the problem with the whole crypto market is a lot of young people are getting involved and they really don't know what they're doing. You know, they see like a big candle and they think, "Oh, it's the bottom. I need to buy in now." Right? You have to spend a lot of time looking at charts so you know what this means, so that you know what this volume should tell you, right? I'm not shorting, guys. I don't like to trade, guys. I like to do macro plays. Like even though I'm predicting lower prices, I don't want to have to go into BitMEX and I think it's a bit shady, guys. I don't want to short Bitcoin. Shorting Bitcoin is just a weird process that I don't want to be involved with. I'd rather, I made my money on the bull run. I'm completely content with taking a step back, watching the markets, looking at it from an unbiased perspective, making the best possible predictions I can, focusing on building a YouTube channel. I'm completely fine with just doing that and not shorting, I hate having to worry about trades all day long. It really just irks me, guys. Like having to look at my phone constantly. It's just the worst feeling, guys. I like to do long-term plays where I don't have to sit there and worry about things all day, That's just me, though. We only trust you. What about Tether? Tether's a scam, guys. Another thing about Tether, guys. What you have to understand about Tether is that the money, the way that I can prove to you that Tether is just monopoly money is the money that's backing Tether, right? The money that's behind Tether is not at risk. If let's just say they use Tether to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, and let's just say for whatever reason, theoretically, Bitcoin goes to zero, the Tether that bought that Bitcoin, that Tether is going to lose all of its value, right? All of the exchange value on that Tether is lost, but the money that's backing Tether is not at risk. It's still sitting in a vault somewhere, right? So Tether is not actually backed by anything. It's funny money. It's monopoly money. It's not real, guys. It's being used to manipulate the market. And one thing that I think exchanges are doing at this point is they're letting their friends use Tether to buy Bitcoin, take that Bitcoin and sell it for actual money, actual cash. Then the exchange will send that Tether back to their friends at Tether to then buy more Bitcoin, sell that Bitcoin for actual cash, send the Tether back, and it's just this infinite loop of market manipulation, right? Just pushing the Tether back, selling the Bitcoin for, basically printing money. It's just crazy, guys. Tether is a complete scam. It's almost worse than Mt. Gox, in my opinion. And that's one of the reasons, Tether is one of the reasons why we're having such a major pullback as well. Daniel Batista says, "You don't know what you're doing either. LOL, ignorant." Okay, you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to listen to me. But you're here for a reason, I think, right? I mean, people who say that to me are usually the people who are losing the most money, and they're just pissed. That's usually the outcome, or usually that's usually the case with those types of people. What's up, man? How's it going, guys? Mark Kelly, you think futures have a catalyst to this bear market? Possibly, guys. Possibly. I think it's possible that some big holders were paid off by Wall Street to sell some of their supply so that people with the futures contracts could guarantee their profits. I've been trading since I was 17, 18. I started off trading stocks. Yeah, guys, this person saying, can exchanges hypothetically stop or suspend short selling? Yeah, guys, exchanges are not, they don't have to abide by any laws right now. They can do whatever they want. They can just take your Bitcoin. Like, that's why I don't trust BitMEX at all. Guys, Cardano and Tron, I think they have too much to deliver. They're not going to be able to deliver on their promises. Wie gut ist dein Deutsch? Mein Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. Aber ich kann sprechen ein bisschen Deutsch. No, I don't think the Christmas presents last year affected the market. I mean, maybe a little bit, but Bitcoin cannot be manipulated like fiat because Bitcoin has a limited supply, right? So it won't be able to be manipulated in the same way as fiat. Tobias says, just got into crypto last week. Only 50 bucks. Thanks for your channel. I feel like I made the right choice and we'll wait until the bottom's out. Yeah, man, it's probably your best bet at this point. Ali Khan, I trade long-term moves, so I'm not trading like full time in the sense that I'm not always trading. I don't like to always trade. Kevin, tell us about the time that you got most wrecked in the markets. Well, trying to trade penny stocks, I lost like my first few trades were penny stock trades, and I made a lot of money, and then I kept trying it. And I was lucky with the first few penny stock trades I made, and then I kept going. And before I became a successful trader, I lost like close to 10 grand, actually. Close to about 10 grand. Guys, failures are your best lessons, right? I lost like 10 grand before I started making good trades. Tobas coming in with the $2 donation. Thank you, man. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that donation. Thank you for the support, man. Much appreciated, dude. There is music. Kevin, great, man. I'm German, so you can speak. I am German, so cool you can speak a bit German. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Guys, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to bottom out at 2,500. Yeah, BitMEX is making bank, guys. They are making bank. Making a lot of money on people getting wrecked. Again, Tobias, thank you so much for that dono. Capricio's here. He says, mean old bear is the best teacher. Mark Kelly says, this impending recession is definitely effing up Bitcoin. Probably, yeah. There's a direct, guys, Bitcoin follows traditional markets. No, guys, I am not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not going to disclose how much I made, but no, I'm not a millionaire. All I can say is on the crypto bull run, I made multiple years' salary. I think with Daniel, I think within the next year we're going to find 2.5K within the next year. But, you know, things are dropping much faster than even I expected at this point. I don't know much about USDC. The only altcoin that I have is Chainlink, and I don't even have that much. My crypto portfolio is essentially empty right now, guys. Guys, to become a mod, I basically just have to have seen you a lot. The people who are mods have been around for a long time. Wait, Ali Khan is also someone who I've seen a lot, so I'm going to make you a mod. IGC says Stinky Linky 1K end of year. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think, wait, isn't Coinbase releasing a stablecoin as well? Yeah, guys, we're getting rejected off of that previous support. Now resistance, but we'll see what happens. Not that much volume, guys. I'm telling you guys, not enough volume here to create a real reversal. 4,200 temporary support, broke out of the price channel, hitting resistance now. We'll see how it plays out. Guys, I don't trust stablecoins right now. I just use US dollar as often as I can, right? See, I'm not worried about missing out. I'm not a FOMOer, so I don't care. I don't need my money in an exchange in USDT. I don't care. I don't need that, right? So Factum is up 10%. Whoops. Yeah, guys, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on the details of Coinbase's stablecoin. Mark Kelly saying Coinbase, I thought had a joint venture with Goldman Circle Coin. Maybe. Ali Khan says, Kevin, if someone kept 50% of their profits from the bull market, do you think they did well overall? Yes. Yes, that's fantastic. That's amazing. I know, I need to get ad blocker. I know, guys. But yes, dude, if you made 50%, if you cut your losses, or if you kept 50% of your profits, you did fantastic. I mean, guys, any profit's a profit, right? Any profit is good, especially in this market, right? Yeah, guys, I've seen people commenting on other videos where they're like, I lost my life savings. Like, just like crazy comments. I'm like, wow, that's just nuts, man. It's just a shame because a lot of people that hopped into crypto were not experienced traders and they didn't know what to expect. People on YouTube and their friends just told them that Bitcoin was going to go up forever and they trusted them. They put a lot of money in and then they got wrecked. Yes, your profit is other people's losses. That is the sad truth, but it's true. Yeah, the BitConnect life saving stories are the worst of them all, man. That's just some crazy stuff. Ali Khan says, or Kyle Hoffman says, did you ever make money off of BitConnect? No. I never touched BitConnect, guys. I knew it was a scam right away. How do you think the release of Mt. Gox coins in January will affect the price? I mean, it's already, guys, it's already affecting the price. Like, the release of the Mt. Gox coins, they're selling a lot of the coins. Hey, guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to go grab a little bit of coffee and go to the bathroom. I will be right back. So just hang in there, guys. I'll be back in like a minute. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. Had to grab a pair of socks because my feet are cold. Crypto Media is saying someone just transferred 7,000 Bitcoin to Bitfinex. Is that true, guys? Do you have a link? Do you have a link for that? Wait, I thought, guys, I'm pretty sure the Mt. Gox was selling coins all year long. Pretty sure. Paul Holmes is here. I took the the price effect. Wait, hold on. I'm clicking on Kyle's link because I trust Kyle. I know him. So how do we know if it is a Bitfinex wallet? How can that be confirmed? I mean, again, guys, just overall, right? Just to do a quick recap here. So, guys, during my streams, my past few streams, I was saying that 4,800, based on the volume profile tool, if you have TradingView, you can look at the volume profile tool. 4,800 is a small amount of support. We saw a little bit of support here, but I was saying, based on volume profile, we're looking at 4,200 as temporary support, and below 4,200, the next major support is 2,500. And we got a little bit of a bounce here off of 4,200. Some exchanges, it was 4,400. But here on Bitstamp, it's 4,200. We, just above 4,200. We bounced off that level. We're not getting significant buy volume here. Short-term upward price action is always possible, but there's not anywhere, not a significant amount. So this is not a long-term bottom, guys. I'm expecting us to fall lower. Once we cross below 4,200, then I'm going to start to consider, based on market conditions, I'm going to start to consider accumulating. Known wallet as far as I understood, he says. So guys, this stream's not going to be like 4 hours like I did the past couple streams. I have to go take care of a few things today, but I might go live later based on what's happening. I just wanted to go live to show you guys, like I was predicting 4,200 temporary support, and we got it, right? So another 190,000 Bitcoin are being released from economics in January of 2019. XRP is following Bitcoin a little bit today, guys. XRP is selling off a little bit today. I was listening to Alex Cobb talk about it, and he was saying, like, oh, XRP has finally decoupled from Bitcoin. Not really, guys. It's still following Bitcoin for the most part. It's stable, yes, but it's pretty much still following Bitcoin. Market's kind of just moving sideways now a little bit, so I'm not going to stream too much longer, guys. I don't want to make this stream too long. I just wanted to, cover this upward move. Of course, we broke out of the price channel, right? So I wanted to go live to talk about this a little bit here. D. Joe is saying, share your thoughts on Link. Well, guys, the concept of Chainlink is great, right? A lot of people are saying that Chainlink is a scam. I don't think it's a scam. I mean, maybe it is, but guys, the idea behind Chainlink, allowing smart contracts to interact with real-world data, is amazing, right? So I have a whiteboard here. I could pull it out. I don't want to do that right now, but essentially, guys, smart contracts right now. You should actually there's a video on my channel about Chainlink. You should probably just watch that. But essentially, Chainlink is allowing smart contracts to interact with real-world data, which is fantastic, right? Right now, smart contracts are kind of like vending machines. Annie Holloman, what's up? How you doing, Annie? Good to see you here. So, guys, Annie's been around for a while as well. I'm going to make you a moderator. So, guys, smart contracts are basically wallets, except instead of being controlled by a private key, they're controlled by a piece of code. That is what essentially, at its most basic explanation, that is what a smart contract is. It is a wallet, except instead of being controlled by a private key, it's controlled by a set piece of code. So right now, smart contracts aren't really smart. They're more autonomous. They do things automatically, where you put your Ethereum into the smart contract, it executes what's happening, and it spits out your result, and it'll give you the same result every time, right? With Chainlink, you can now take that wallet, or I mean that smart contract, which is basically a wallet, except instead of being controlled by a private key, it's controlled by a code. You can take that with Chainlink, and you can now, in the code, place a variable that changes based on what's happening, based on what's happening in the real world. You can connect your smart contract through Chainlink to a trusted source of information, and now your smart contract can actually change in real time based on real world data. So smart contracts will no longer just be automatic, they'll actually be smart because they'll be able to interact with real-time data. So Chainlink is revolutionizing smart contracts, guys. But again, if Chainlink isn't gonna just like break away, because Chainlink needs smart contract platforms and smart contract platforms need Chainlink, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Chainlink's not going to just like decouple from Bitcoin and go on its own. It's going to flow with smart contracts. If smart contracts platforms are doing well, then Chainlink will do well. If they're not doing well, like right now, then it won't do well either. I'm pretty sure Chainlink sold out. I mean, in my video, I said, should you buy Chainlink? And my answer was no, probably not. And there was a good reason for that, guys. Chainlink is selling off hard. So, I'm glad I made that video and basically told people not to buy it. Even though I love the idea, I told people not to buy. And I'm glad I made that call, right? Because it's selling off pretty hard again. Mike Disman, I'm making you a moderator. I don't agree with this statement that Mike made, but I've known Mike since I was a baby. So Mike is a very trusted person here in the chat. David says, congrats, Mike. So again, guys, I don't think I'm going to go on too much longer. I have to take care of a couple things. I want to go take care of these things before the price potentially does something else kind of crazy. So I'll continue to stream for a few minutes, and I will likely stream again later on today. Ali Khan, yes, I am of Swedish. No, I'm not from Sweden originally. My dad came from Sweden to the U.S., so I'm 50% Swedish and 50% German. Mike already bought all of Putin's link. Congrats, Mike. Yeah, guys, Putin's investing in Chainlink. No, I'm just kidding. Zara says, strap your GoPro to your head and go do laundry and narrate. I would love to do that, honestly. But I actually have to, like, leave my condo. I mean, I could go live and just be, like, on my phone. I'm not going to do that, though. Guys, we don't know what a good buy zone for Link is because we have to see what Bitcoin does first. So I can't answer that, guys. Again, everything depends on Bitcoin. Somebody asked about Chainlink. I'm not sure who it was. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to probably end the stream soon. I'm going to go take care of what I need to take care of and come back and most likely stream again later. I would like to go do that now while the market is kind of trading sideways a little bit. I just wanted to, of course, hop in here this morning and cover this move that we broke out of the price channel. I've been trying to tell you guys that 4,200 is more likely support than 4,800, but it is only temporary, guys. It is only temporary, and I believe that if you're buying now, you will be in the red again, and we are most likely going to be dropping below 4,200. Anyone who is on Patreon will be alerted of all the trades that I make if you're on tier 2. And once we get below 4,200, I'm going to start to consider accumulating. I won't necessarily begin accumulating, but I'm going to start trying to figure out what prices are looking good. How, you know, you got to see what the market conditions are like. We got to see like how the market reacts to everything, right? So nothing is set in stone, guys. I don't have buy orders set, right? This is crypto. You never know what's going to happen. So I don't believe in stop losses for crypto either. That's something that I agree on Tone Vays with. Don't use stop losses in crypto. It's too unpredictable. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream soon. I will probably stream again later because things are, you know, pretty intense right now. We have a little bit of relief for the bulls right now, a little bit of upward price action. Again, most likely not long-term support. But yeah, guys, I should be back later on. But thank you guys all for joining. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you hadn't subscribed. Hit that bell button, guys, so you know when I go live, because I will be going live soon. But yeah, guys, I'll be back. You know, trade smart or don't trade at all. And remember, you're never going to miss out because trading opportunities are like trains, and there's always another one coming. So never FOMO, guys. Trade smart or don't trade at all. I will see you guys all later. Thank you for your support. I will be back soon. Peace out.